So get money. Do what you do. Get money. But stop calling everything fucking hip-hop, man. Because everything ain't hip-hop.
Your boy Joe Crack.
You know who it is, your boy Jada. You know what this is, the Joe and Jada show. Every show legendary. Every show iconic. You know what I mean? The numbers speak for themselves. But today, it's just that again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my brothers, Raekwon Havoc, to the Joe and Jada show. Make some noise.
Nah, inshallah. You ain't do that intro right, God. It's the God Raekwon in this motherfucker. Havoc, Mobb Deep in this motherfucker.
This is a TV show.
This is a different type of like royalty on this fucking couch.
Definitely, always. It's nothing but
this ain't
our regular couch.
Yo,
so
Ray,
part of me
sorry
not
if I ever caused you any type of problems or anything. Because, you know, he's one of my best friends in hip-hop.
Hold on. Have Ray, pardon me, because he's going to tweak out several times.
Well, they know I'm fried.
I just have to give him
what the fuck you think?
I have to give him the heads up.
I'm actually putting the Surgeon General, the Surgeon General, the clause. I'm like, yo, Ray, man, I know might have caused you so much shit just being his friend. This is one of my closest friends on the earth. So I know the shit come to him. You think you just start working with me and niggas is telling you, yo, fuck Joe. Yo, he's wild. He's just, he been catching straight bullets for 30.
How's the new fried you?
Yo, this guy been catching the strays for 30 years. He been
I'm catching the new ones. I'm just telling him how to prepare. You know,
Havoc is in the building. Steve Rifkin's in the building. Yo,
yeah.
I gotta take it to, don't start. It's way too early.
I didn't say it, yo.
You know, I got cousins.
Even move.
Everything is like a... I got cousins. I got cousins from Queensbridge. I used to be in Queensbridge.
Oh,
as a kid.
He threw me the alley because he...
Nah. I'm going to keep it real with you. Fat Spanish kid. I wasn't even Joey Crack like that. I used to visit my cousins in Queensbridge.
I thought it was Brooklyn.
Brooklyn every summer.
So
Brooklyn is Williamsburg, Cornelia, all that shit over there. I'm Williamsburg. Listen, you fucking me up. I'm telling them I got cousins. My cousin Boo Boo passed away. My cousin Yvette. Gravity's one of the biggest break dancers in the world. His mother and them, they come from Queensbridge Projects. Wow. My cousins. Queensbridge. Right? I think that's the most royal projects probably in the world of hip hop.
Biggest, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying the only other project I could compare to that is maybe Cabrini Green in Chicago. They're not even here. But just growing up in Queensbridge, what was that like? Was you really coming outside seeing Shan on the corner, Roxanne Shante? What was that like? Because I tell people my story growing up in the Bronx and Mr. Ness and Melly Mel and all them, and they look at me like I'm lying or I'm an alien. Please tell me as a kid, what was it like walking around Queensbridge when you hearing that, to do the bridge, what the fuck was that like?
Nah, that was the type of shit that made you be proud to be from QB. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go to school, niggas be like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Queensbridge. You know what I'm saying? Cause we got the song. Just like, you know what I mean? Just bridge. And, you know what I mean? The bridge, like straight up, like, you know where I'm from, like QB. So you proud. And then, you got MC Shan walking around with the different Pumas, or you might see Marley Marl and Roxanne Shante. So that boosts your confidence up. You know what I'm saying? To become somebody, cause you seeing somebody that came from around your way that made it, coming through with the BMWs and all that shit. So that was a definitely.
What year was that?
Shit, man, like 86, 84. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Roxanne Shante in 84 when I'm like 10 years old.
That's what I'm talking about. I seen Mr. Ness. I was in the supermarket. My brother was like, yo, this is Mr. Ness. He had the braids already with the beads and had the Nikes. Like, he was a superstar. Like, when you looked at him, you already knew, yo, oh shit, who this? Like, he was walking around the supermarket, like, looking like a star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you went there because it intrigues me. You know, we've been around your hood. We've been around your hood. I've been around his hood. Like, I used to pump Coogee rap and drive around his hood. in Queens. You know, we all been intrigued with each other's hoods, but your hood, they was the original superheroes, the first supergroup in hip hop. Cause you got Biz, you got Marley Marl, you got the Game in the Choco because you got Mr. Magic. So y'all own the radio station with Fly Joe.
Word.
You got Craig G, you got Master H, you got Roxanne Shantae.
Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane.
Straight up.
What kind of shit is this? So the symphony's ringing off and you seeing them on the block.
That shit is, I mean, like I said, man, that shit was an inspiration. And they style was just crazy because y'all remember the Coca-Cola shirts and shit?
Yeah.
Like that, the
Benettons. They was coming through with all that.
Yeah, they was coming through with that. And the Big Daddy Kane, like Smooth Operator. There's no way you could become a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying? See that shit. You know what I mean?
But Joe, you was around niggas too, though.
Don't start him. Don't start him.
I was Ray, but I'm just talking about his block.
Yeah, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to hip hop, I'm talking about global hip hop. You know, the bridge is what Compton is to LA.
Right.
When the first time we got a connection with LA is coming straight out of Compton, and you like, what the fuck? Easy with a flamethrower. You like, this, I gotta go there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that, I'm just trying to bring that essence up, but I was around all that. Now, the Guard, Brooklyn, your Brooklyn days, then your Staten Island days. I was out there early with y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, what was it for y'all? They had a mega group out of Staten Island too.
Force MD.
Force MD.
Woo!
Force MDs. You know how legendary?
Wow.
No, that's like, they maybe they would have kept going and made more hits. It would have been like a new addition. Like,
they came
level.
before Boys the Men, though, right?
The Force, yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. If you don't,
Yeah.
Yo, Force MDs at the house.
came a long time before Boys the Men.
You're right.
They was doing shit.
I guess that everybody was probably trying to compare them at one point. You know what I'm saying?
I think you had the.
I say they paved the way.
I don't know.
That's his name, yo.
Wasn't he from Staten Island? The doom. I don't know.
UMCs.
UMCs was fucking Staten Island.
Right.
Yo, you gotta stop. Yo, don't do that. Yo, Jada, I'm a journalist. Yo, Shaheem Reed is in the building. Journalists of all journalists. We got so much royalty here. But what would, Staten Island?
Ray came from Brooklyn first, man. No,
I know that.
So you gotta say that first.
I mean,
Tell us the Brooklyn aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, I was a kid, man. My mom's, we come from Brownsville. My mom's got us out of there I was around 9 years old. Never knew my dad, never had a relationship with him. It's like when she had me, she found out that he was into drugs and, back in the 70s, I guess, he was doing a lot of gangster shit and getting into shit. And then when she found out he was on drugs, she just said, yo, you got the boat. My mom's was like a tough-skinned lady. So she felt like at the end of the day, like, yo, I can't have you around my kid. I don't even want to fuck with you because she just felt like he was getting into too much shit. It got to the point where she was like, cause his mother lived in East New York, lived in the projects, Atlantic Towers, East New York Avenue rather, right around that area right there. Cause I'm from Ocean Hill. So between Ocean Hill, you right across Atlantic Avenue, turn into East New York. So anyway, never had a relationship with him. They robbed our crib one time. We wasn't there.
In Brooklyn?
From school in Brooklyn, and that just made my moms be like, yo, you know what? Let's get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And she had sisters that lived in Staten Island already. So they told her, they said, yo, come to Staten Island. It's a little bit more safer. It's better over here. And they was helping her too because she needed some help at the time because she had us young. So she was still going to work. She's working at the Twin Towers and all that. So she moved us to the islands. So I left BK when I was around 8.
And you kept that, it was over there, East New York. I told a story one time on the pod. It's where my aunt used to live on this hill, Summit Hill or Miller Hill. My aunt My godmother, I used to spend summers over there. And then I went to the projects and the DJ was playing that, baby, we can do it. Take your time, do it right. We can do it, baby. Yo, let me tell you something. That's one of the first, pause on a higher level. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's one of the first songs that ever stimulated my brain in a different way. Like, I was a kid, but I knew when I heard it, I said, this is a masterpiece. Like, I heard the music and everything. I would, just a fan. I just was like, yo, this is fucking incredible. This shit was dancing on my brain. Like, yo, this is crazy.
Right.
He played it like 3-4 times. Staten Island, y'all threw that motherfucker on y'all back on the legendariest of forms. And y'all actually made that like a bridge. You personally. You, Mev, Ghost, Genius, y'all made that shit like the bridge of our era.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about superheroes. One night I come out the club. I'll keep it real with you. I came out the club in the Bronx. It was like 5, 6 in the morning. And I'll keep it all the way tall with you if you really want to know. KRS-One had a show in the Bronx. And they pulled up. The whole entire Juice crew pulled up. And when we came outside, it was like 6 in the morning. He had already performed like 2 o'clock. They was all outside. They had Jeeps, Benzes, Dapper Dan shit, this things. They was all outside. Like, this is the first time I ever seen a Big Daddy Kane, wide body kit, Benz, this. They was all outside like this. I don't know what they was coming for. They just was like, fuck it. We're going to the Bronx and we're going, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean by superheroes.
Right.
That's how it was, or that's how it is when we see you guys. When we see the Wu-Tang, we look at y'all, Ghostface just came up here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shout out to
like,
Starks.
Tony Tone.
That's your brother, but
That's right.
he like a superhero.
Dangerous
So when I see him, I just feel like, oh my God, it's like fucking Ghostface royalty. That's how I feel. When I see him, I'm like, yo, this shit, is it really Ghost on the fucking couch? Same thing with you. Let's go Old Dirty Bastard, right? Because we don't talk about him enough in this show.
Bless him.
How ill was Old Dirty Bastard, bro?
The illest. The illest.
Seen Old Dirty one time on 25th. We stopped at the juice bar. He chug-a-lugged the whole bottle of Tiger Bone. I don't think nobody in the world, I don't even think you're supposed to do that for one.
Nori can't do that.
Hell no.
Yo, Nori said that's the shit they used to make him like a bad drink. Like when he drinks Tiger Bone, he want to fight.
It's extracted from a tiger's bone. Old Dirty to the head.
Wow.
Word.
Yeah, he gave
Girl
like
got
that. Yeah.
He had, that's how I knew he was human. Because if he would have did nothing out there, it would have been, but he still took a fucking whole bottle of Tiger to the head. I know you had to see him do all type of incredible.
Man, we go back so far, man, where we used to go downtown Brooklyn, Albee Square, and we used to be robbing and all that shit. We used to be up at A&S. You know what I mean? Just catching polo shirts and all that.
Son, huh?
Yeah, he was serious with it. Like,
nah, he must have been crazy before rap, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was the guy you ain't really want to see out in them streets. Like,
but he was a good nigga though. You know what I mean? He was like more like a thief than a crook. See, it's a difference. You know what I mean? A crook got attitude all the time.
Yeah.
He's just funny and like to steal. You know
He'll
what I mean?
take 2 or 3 candy bars out.
Yeah,
like,
just to
Pistol Pete still like that. Pistol Pete still for no reason.
Yeah.
We go on to 7-Eleven and come out, yo, God, you want a Snicker? I'm like,
I do that sometimes too. I ain't
like,
like little candies and shit, little shit right in front of them. Like I just be like, cause you're not paying attention. I'm like,
yo,
I just have to do it.
Yo,
listen to my pot. If I spend a certain amount, not like in Burnham, but in a gas station or one bodega,
yeah,
I gotta steal something.
You see this shit?
Yeah, but
this is in the DNA.
3 pack of bags, 5 waters in it. Now I gotta. Yeah, let me get like a Carmax.
Wow.
Yo, you come out the gas
this the
station.
shit I
So they
still
like,
got it.
God, you want a
Right.
Snickers? You want a
Just to
Mars?
see if you still
Yo,
I was just about to say that.
man.
You
Like,
still got it.
just to
yo,
see if you still
you know,
got it.
I got a funny story with ODB. I said it's very long, but I'll tell you. But one night I'm passing. I'm with my wife in the car. I think I had the green Benz, and it was that Cheetah Club, and I was just driving by, and everybody was outside, and I seen because you guys had serious beef with all the bouncers in every club in New York City. Like, I mean,
Word?
y'all was public enemy number one. Y'all was Ben Laden out here.
Yeah.
Right? Because y'all kept beating up the bouncers and all that, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but I'm driving by and it's like 20 bouncers, cock diesel dudes, you know, and they got like ODB kind of hemmed up. And so I'm looking around, the whole hip hop, I don't want to talk about who, super rappers was out there and everybody was like minding their business. And it was just for a fact ODB was going to get stretched out. Cause he arguing with them, this, that, and they looking to beat him up. These guys kept beating them up, the bouncers. So they finally caught ODB by himself. And he was wilding. So I told my wife, she was like, yo, that's not your business. I said, yo, I gotta pull. I can't actually see it
Right.
and break out. Like maybe thank God if I ain't see it, I'm out. But I can't see it and not try.
Right.
So I jump out the car and, you know, ODB was crazy, rest in peace. So I'm trying to make sense to him like, yo, OD, yo, it's like 20, 30 dudes. They looking to pound you out. Like you got to chill. Like, yo, fuck them this. We the Wu-Tang, this, that. So I kind of like talk them off the cliff. Like, and I'm telling them, you see all these rap niggas, they don't give a fuck. They gonna watch you get pounded out. They all out here. Ain't nobody trying to help you, right? I almost had him. Then he was like, I almost had him. Right? And then he was like, you see that, Joe? The Killer Bees. They coming from I said, oh my God. He was hallucinating that the Killer Bees was coming like the video, like Triumph. At this point, I knew. I said, yo, ODB. I told the bouncers, yo, ODB, don't disrespect this, that. They were like, nah, Joe, this. I couldn't do nothing because the man started hallucinating that the Killer Bees, you see that? The Killer Bees are coming. He believed the video, Steve. Steve Rifkin in the house. Loud Records responsible for Wu-Tang, Big Pun, Mobb Deep. You know, I used to think I was the only one that loved Steve. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right? So, you know, we all gave him a heart. He had the wildest guys in the world. Right? So we go up to the office, everybody giving him a hard time. What happened? You want your flag? Give him the flags. What we throwing the flags for? A kiss? Give him the flag. No, I thought I was the only one that loved
the flag
Steve.
on the play?
No, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because many times in my life, even in the drug game, I would find a connect that I really looked up to and be like, yo, I got you. You feed me. I'm going to always be loyal to you. So I used to look at Steve changed my life. You understand what I'm saying? He bought my mother's house. He made me move out the projects and bought a house. So you know we know how generous Steve is. So I used to look at him and be like, damn, if Steve only knew I'm the most loyal to him. Like I got him like nobody else. But I know he knew I was there. Everybody warned him I was real dangerous when he signed me. So everybody told him, yo, this guy, you got to watch him, this. So he probably had an extra antenna up for me. But I was really looking at him like, one day I'll prove to you I'm loyal. You're going to, and when we did what was it? The 30th anniversary of BET? Remember? And everybody showed up. And every artist he ever had showed up free, performed, loved each other, hugged each other. We had huddle ups. That's when I said to myself, man, you ain't the only one that loves Steve Rifkin. Like everybody loved this man right here. So shout out to Steve, man. You changed all our lives, man. We love you, brother. And we'll continue to support you. But you two, you know, I know y'all got a tour coming up. But I know that, and we're gonna support, and we're coming, right? But I want to get more into like Prodigy. What was it like being next to Pete? How did you ever even meet? How did you meet? Hello, yo, I'm Prodigy.
Yeah. You know, I met him through a mutual friend in high school and shit. You know what I mean? I got to the high school before him. the high school art design in Manhattan. You know what I mean? Then my junior year, he came in.
You went to art and soft.
You went down.
This on now, L and all that shit came out in high school.
Before high, I mean, no. Kind of like during high school. Kind of like during high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I met him and then he came in, and I remember how I went to WBLS with Marley Marl. He was on the radio back then, and Trash brought me up there and shit. And I
Shout out to Trash.
Yeah, shout out to Trash. I seen this kid in there, and I kept looking at him. He looking at me. I'm like, damn.
He was at BLS?
No, he wasn't. It was this kid. He, come to find out, the nigga went to my school. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh shit, you go to Home Design, blah, 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 X, Y, Z. Make a long story short, he knew Pete. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we all got together. It's like, you know what I mean? He knew Pete. My man Black, he from the Bronx. So that's how I started hanging out in the Bronx.
But did he spit like when you heard Prodigy for the first time? Did he spit like, was he talking?
No, he was not that Prodigy. That's why, like, if I wasn't there to witness it myself, I would have thought somebody else wrote P rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga just switched from juvenile hell and then went into infamous mode. So I was there. Nobody didn't write it, and I was like, how the fuck he do that? I feel like he tricked me. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Like he didn't show you all the like chambers.
Moves.
He didn't show you all the moves.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't show you the Euro stack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he just was started going in. But the interesting part about it to me is this. You know, everybody's saying how great P is and all this and the third. When you up close on something, you really don't notice it like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? I thought, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, okay, you good. He used to be spitting the rhymes in my ear, you know, in the studio and shit like that. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, that's cool. But now when I think about it and I listen back to that shit, I'm like, damn, this nigga was a beast. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like an animal.
No, he had his own.
He wasn't like one.
He had his own
He was a motherfucker.
vocabulary. And he was like nobody else. So it wasn't like he was trying to be somebody else. He had his own vocabulary. He had his own, there's times I ride around, shout out my man, Rich the Barber. I ride around with Rich, big fans of both of you guys. And we'll just play like your album and just say every word for word and then that says a lot about you, right? Because you had to keep up with somebody that we call, the Clips came up here and said he changed their life.
He's also doing the production.
Wow. Yeah. We know that.
You know,
no.
They gotta be the make the beat
and
make a verse
the
on the same fucking project with P.
Yeah,
that's triple the work.
Yeah, I had a tough fucking job.
It's triple, dog. It's triple.
I was rapping next to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And still had to cook in the kitchen. You know what I mean? And still lay a verse.
You know what? All of your shits was hard though. And murder music, I don't know what you hit some. He gave you, give me some. Oh, he gave you some of that shit. You switched like that from infamous to murder music. Your shits went up a trampoline amount. Crazy. I'm like, fucking half said, fuck that. I ain't gonna leave me out.
We didn't.
I'm getting it.
We didn't have choices. So the game. So I come out Flojo. Everybody knows Fat Joe's in town. Enough respect for the boogie down. And then a tape drop. Illmatic. And then realizing the realism of life and actuality. Fuck with. At that point, you knew you couldn't come with stomp. That's the idea. Like you had to step your shit up or you're not going to be involved next year. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a class of 92, class of 93, class of 94. I knew for a fact it's over bedtime.
I had to go through that, all of that, and then that. I'm there like this. It's virtually impossible. It's no more doors this beat. It's no more doors. Yeah, check it out. You know what it is. Your boy Jadakiss, Joe Cracked it, Joe and Jada. This is what we doing right now. We're extremely excited to announce our new presenting sponsor Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock Bet is the only legal sports book in the state of Florida and is also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, with more states launching all the time. You can also play on Hard Rock Bet's online casino if you are in New Jersey.
That'll be me. As we gear up for the NFL season, sign up for Hard Rock Bet and make a $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if you win. That's a big deal, $5. You get $150 worth of betting.
Head over to Hard Rock Bet, sign up, and make your first deposit today.
Hard Rock, man, the Seminoles, beautiful people, man. They always book me. I'm out there real soon, too. Go out there, have a great experience, great time. Don't forget to gamble a little and have some fun. Peace. We don't want to take shots because we having such a legendary interview right now. But like with the youth, I feel like unless I don't see what's going on, that's what they miss. You know what I'm saying? It's more like making music for a moment. Everybody want to get a bag. It ain't like that level of, you know, respect for the art of like what you're gonna say. You know, we fucking Rakim babies, KRS babies, we fucking LL Cool J babies. So we had no choice but to just admire what everybody was doing and bring what they bring to the table. You had to step your shit up. Like I felt like I was really in school when I discovered Big Pun, but Big Pun taught me. So I used to sit there with him and he'd be disrespecting me like, yeah. For him being my little brother, he'd be like, you're limited. You give up easy. Go all the way. 16 means 16. You got 12 hot ones, but you want to give up on the last 4. Like, this nigga, I was at Warden school with this guy. And it was like, and he was sharpening me up. So when he passed.
So Pun was around you before you got on?
No. I was around 2 albums before Pun.
Okay.
I met Pun the last day I was handing in my second album. I put him on my album.
Okay.
As soon as I heard him, I was like, oh, no. You met him right at that point. I called you. We did Firewater. Me, you, Be Real. And then something that's so crazy is, like I always tell the story, I did a show with Wu-Tang and they got 500 and I got 500 differences. They had 13 dudes. So I didn't know. I really honestly ain't understand how the math was going to math.
Calculate.
Right? And so, and then Ray and me become tight out of all Wu-Tang, and he's beyond the hottest guy in the fucking globe. And I could call him at any time and he show up in 10 minutes to the studio. What's up, Joe? So I'm like, yo, this is my artist, Big Pun.
Right.
And then he just jumped on the joint. And that was the first joint that we ever put out with Pun.
Yeah, because you introduced me to him. You know, he was like, you know, I was coming up there to see you because you said, yo, you wanted me to come through. And I remember that day clear because my little brother, you know what I mean, he had graduated and I had bought him an SC300, the SC400, you know, back then.
That was
and I told him, I said, yo, you got to come to the Bronx. Because, you know what I mean? I didn't know if he really know how to fully drive yet. So it's like when he came, right? It's like all of us, like when he walked through the door, we always like, we like in here and shit. When he walked through, everybody was like, oh, he made it. He made it. But anyway, make a long story short, you said, yo, I want to introduce you to somebody. So I said, what's up? What you want to do? So I see this other Puerto Rican big nigga come out and shit. So he was like, yo, he rhymes. So, you know, I was like, yo, he's like, yo, let me spit for you. He said, yo, you can spit? Yeah, let me hear it. That nigga said, Pun just said, boom, bow, boom, bing, bing, bong. I looked at Joe. I said, that's one of them.
Yeah, he said, you got one.
I said, that's one of them. Exactly. I remember that shit clear as day. And it's like, he was like, yo, you mind if he get on this Firewater record? I was like, put him on. Say, yo. And then ever since then, I think that's when your loyalty level for me, it grew at an all-time high.
His first video, we threw the suits on.
Yeah.
Sky blue shit, he pulled up. This man never let me down his whole life. Never let me down. I got to salute him for that. That's another level of, you know, Jadakiss, I'm 20 years waiting on a verse, but it's okay. It's my business partner.
But that ain't true, because we all got down on the...
No, that ain't true. I'm fucking with him. I got to pick on this guy.
I lifestyle.
Quiet, like
John Blaze.
Yeah.
Shall we go on?
Mm-hmm.
John Blaze. But we got that off. No, I ain't forget. Trust me. But we got that off. That's why I told him I threw a wisecrack at him the other day because he was a baby when we did John Blaze. He came through. He was like the youngest dude doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that John Blaze, that's when you had to rhyme in the studio, all type of shit. It wasn't like send somebody a beat,
right?
The shit would come back. It was like you had to show up.
That's what I was just about to ask you. All on 36 Chambers and all, everybody had to be there for every session, right? Right?
Most of the time, I say about at least like 90% though.
Yeah.
Cause you know, we was up in RZA's basement, you know? RZA had this little hole in the wall spot. And it was like almost like a studio apartment. So when you come in, the shit was real small and it was like a little stove, you know what I mean? It had a little chair there, shit, like 2 chairs. Like, what the fuck we gonna do with 2 chairs? And you know, so we in the room, and it's like everybody's just sitting on the floor, or somebody might be standing up. And you know, a lot of times it was like, it was like being on a fucking assembly line. You know what I mean? Like, now you come through and you throw something in the air, or you say something. But at that time, it was like going back to with Dirty, you know, how he was so influential because he seen something in the group. He seen something. When they started to formulate this thing called Wu-Tang Clan, it was like Dirty had a lot to do with orchestrating that. You know, that's why I always call him a general too. You know, RZA, of course, is a general, but, you know, that was the next general. You know, and he was very boisterous. Like, it's almost like you write a bar, you gotta come over there and get his approval. You know, and it's
he like a coach.
Yeah, but
he motivating everybody out.
Exactly.
He on that type
and it's like the beats, he even knew how to make beats. So he was even in RZA.
He start singing that shit on them
and all that
too.
So they
Dirty. He really thought he could sing.
Next to RZA,
they was orchestrating together.
Some sauce in it.
Yeah, but you know, before the Wu and all that shit, it was the Jizza, Dirty, and RZA running around doing whatever they was doing. They was called the All In Together Now crew. So they was already, you know, splashing, doing battles and all of that. So when they started to form this shit, it was almost like we knew we had three bosses, you know? So he might say something, but he don't have to say nothing, but he's saying something. That's the chemistry that they had. So we just had to follow what they marching orders was.
Was there ever a group that almost happened that we never heard about? Like, was it always just going to be you and Prodigy, or was you ever going to team up, let's say with Tragedy or this? Was there ever another group?
Yeah, I definitely teamed up with a few cats from the bridge. It just never panned out.
Work, yeah,
it didn't pan out.
Anybody big we know about?
Nah. You wouldn't know their names.
You know, from y'all, Rapinoid was my guy, man.
That's my guy.
Shout out to Noid. Yes, my dog.
Word.
Yo, the Rapinoid. I was. You know, it's certain guys who in crews.
Yeah.
That when they shit came on and they might have not been the main star, but you know, it touched you like it was like, yo, I used to see him and be like, yo, Rapinoid, what's up? Like, you know, he used to.
They made him a star. He
was a hidden gem, my favorite.
How did y'all meet that?
Alchemist?
Yeah.
We met Alchemist through kind of like, you know, we used to go to LA when we first started going to LA, and we hooked up with Muggs, with DJ Muggs. Yeah. So we was chilling with Muggs or whatever. And, you know, Godfather and Nitty and Twin and all of them kind of like, you know, used to really befriend Muggs. And so ALC was down with Muggs. And then that's how they kind of met him, ALC first. So they used to be getting weed from him and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Al used to live in NYC down in there in Soho, so he used to have a weed.
Plug for that
he had to plug for the fire, and he was making beats. You know what I'm saying? So the chatter was going around, you know what I'm saying? This kid, you know what I'm saying, Alchemist, he over there making beats. I said, let me see what the fuck this shit about. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Al crib and I was like, oh shit, this white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I said, this nigga crazy.
He got that shit.
Word the mother, he had that shit.
He's one of them guys, him and Preem, where define New York sound hip hop. but they're not from New York. It's weird when you find out he from L.A. Preem from
You wouldn't even knew he was from L.A. back in those days.
never, ever, ever.
Who, Alchemist?
Yeah, you wouldn't even know.
I thought he was from up here.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
So what's crazy is that, you know, and I'm also glad to see
Primo
that.
from Houston, man.
Well,
Primo.
yeah, I know that.
Right. It's another one you would have never knew.
He said his cousins used to bring him tapes, like Magic and Red Alert tapes, all the way out to Houston. And he would study the game, and then he finally moved over here. But Alchemist is good to see. I feel like every now and then, some of us, we have a moment. He has a moment right now. And so the game is finally recognizing all his contributions to hip hop. And he's doing joints with Freddie Gibbs and now Erykah Badu. You know, Erykah Badu straight royalty. You know what I'm saying?
Most high, the most high.
Badu.
Yeah.
She a different level of excellence.
She one of us though.
Yeah, I know.
She one of the super fans. She definitely is a super fan.
She look, we all know she's different. And but to see Alchemist work with her,
Right.
and it feels like right now he's the go-to guy.
Absolutely.
You want to get hot? Go see Alchemist right now. But he put in that work.
He did.
Definitely
He did.
did.
It wasn't overnight.
No.
He definitely put that work in. For real.
And then I didn't understand how you and Prodigy come up together and you one of the greatest producers of all time. I didn't understand like how their relationship, they start making a lot of music together. Like,
Right.
how did that happen? They just met up and started.
I mean, it was natural. I mean, if you got
Hanging around.
if you got another cat that's making tracks, you know what I'm saying, and he's becoming part of the family, it's like, I'm not stingy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit workload off of me. You know what I'm saying? I can start writing some rhymes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit. We at your wedding, Steve was with us, and we going towards your wedding, and we was like in a van with RZA. And so I asked RZA, because RZA is stingy. He ain't want the Wu-Tang with nobody else. So I said, yo, RZA, man, how you let me, how you let Ray be cool with me? He said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't really like it at first. Because I'm RZA, I wanted all Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? But I knew you and him had a real connection. Y'all was brothers, and I was like, yeah, rock out with Fat Joe if you want. I was like, yo, I looked at RZA, I was like, thank God you let him rock with me, because RZA definitely wasn't playing that type of shit, right?
He definitely was training us like Dobermans, Kiss.
Yo,
He's beating us with washing machine hoses. Bang, stay right here. Boom. But he had a plan. He had a plan. And like you said, yeah, he definitely had selfish ways, because at that time, you gotta remember, nobody wasn't fucking with Staten Island niggas.
oh no.
You know what I'm saying? So we had a vengeance. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, come on, we've been partying since we was 14 years old, going to the rooftop, going here, going to the quarters, Queens, Trafalgar Square. And yo, Brooklyn in the house, Queens in the house, Bronx in the house. You be waiting for Staten Island and you don't hear it. It's like, now we want to fight. We came to party, but now we want to fight.
Yeah.
So that mentality always stayed with all of us. Fuck all them other boroughs. Like, y'all think something sweet over it, but not really knowing that a lot of niggas that lived in Staten Island too was from Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, that they migrated there. You understand what I'm saying? And it's still some real ass niggas that was from there anyway. But we had something to prove. And I think that was part of his mystique on how he wanted to approach the game. Like, yo, it's just our shit. You know what I mean? So at first we was all down with it because we seen the vision. But then as we got in the game, niggas started throwing flowers at us and, showing us, super love. It's like, yo, I'm a fan too. I like that nigga. So we come back, yo, you know what I mean? I could see how his energy would change. And I'm like, to me, it was like, nigga, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna go do what I want to do anyway. But I still respect the code of what it is, because at the end of the day, we had a vision, so.
That's the same shit that made the locks.
See what I'm saying?
Going to parties, we turning on video music box, we doing this, they shouting everybody out.
Ralph showed the clip with you on video music box. Don't do
for this, man. Did you listen? You know how much we turned on the radio, they shout out Long Island, Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx. Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, skip right over us. Right, and we right in the middle of it. We like, all right, motherfuckers, we gonna show y'all.
Exactly.
And I give you that, you know what I'm saying?
Yup.
And there's no Melly Mel, there's no Roxanne, no Nas. I'm coming outside saying One Eye Wayne, niggas like that, man. It was none of that.
Heavy D wasn't too far away, Mount Vernon.
But we can't, even though Hev showed us Wild Love and D and them took, after we got with the Riders, we was able to go to Hev's crib and meet him, see him punching the punching bag. But before that, we got nothing. I'm going outside.
Punching bag?
Hev was nice in boxing. That's what we was.
No fucking way.
Yeah, boy, Hev if he wanted to catch a fucking flurry and all type of shit.
You know, Hev was like, you know, if we're going to keep it a stack, this whole interview has been really, really 100. He was somebody I really, really looked up to my whole life growing up. And yeah, I was super cool with Heavy D, but I never told him how much he influenced me. So even now I throw on outfits and I think I'm fly and I look at some old pictures of Heavy. He wore that shit 20 years ago. I'll be like, damn, Hev had that shit on.
To me, Hev made big niggas like us feel confident.
Hev opened the
Niggas
gateway for big niggas.
Yes.
Definitely.
He made it a lane. Yo, niggas, look what I'm doing. Come on in.
And so I actually became cool with Heavy. He used to come to Miami, hang out with us and everything, but I never told him the truth. Like I never said, yo, Hev, you know, you're like my idol. Like you really inspired me. You know, and so the first time I met Hev, we was at Tavern on the Green, and I'm using the bathroom, and somebody walked in, and he said, you got a flow, Joe. When I turned around, it was Heavy D. You almost died. Like, you don't know how much I used to look. I used to do the dance moves like Heavy, study the videos, everything. So when I finally met him, because I've seen him many times, rooftop places from far, like a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, Heavy D. But when I finally got to mix it up with him, I did, you know, Heavy D, he was a special guy, man. But you got Mary, you got DMX.
Us and X came up together. Mary came before.
I know, but I'm just saying, there's somebody before Yonka had over like a fat rat.
Shout out to Fonda Ray. She lived on our block. But listen,
what?
I'm talking about, I didn't see her when I came outside as a little nigga. She wasn't there. I'd be like, oh, fat rat, Fonda. It was none of that. It was nothing. Tales of the Crypt. It was none of that.
Y'all was in that gas station deep out there, huh?
It's way before the gas station.
Before the gas station?
There's nobody. Y'all all got shits. We ain't got nothing.
But Mary was on before y'all, right? She put y'all on, right?
She did.
So she wasn't never in the hood? Like,
no, she was just getting to the,
she was you know what I mean? She was getting.
She threw us the alley when she was still on the ladder. 4-1. That's why she said on one.
What's the 4-1?
That was just out. But she was still getting right. Like, she said, she passed us the puff with, I don't want no finder's fee. I don't want no, just make sure my little niggas is straight. So it's kind of like that.
But me and P saw y'all coming. We saw y'all coming because Nas used to whisper in Miami, we go, yo, Puff got somebody for y'all. Bro, she said, he said he got somebody for Mobb Deep. I was like, who the fuck he got for Mobb Deep? And when they played that shit, I was like, oh, he got somebody for Mobb Deep. For real.
They had them young locks voices. Hungry. Young locks.
Yeah. Spitting fire, flame. I thought Queensbridge had the best rappers.
So
until we heard this shit.
Y'all shit inspired though. We was riding around listening to them.
Oh, we got
MOB, DEV.
You know, I tell a story all the time.
All that shit made us. We had to listen to all of that.
Right? One day I'm hanging out with Ray. We go to Jimmy's Cafe. We go to Harlem. I don't know if you remember. It was me, you, and Nas, actually. We hung out in Jimmy's Cafe early in the day. We ate some food. Then we went to Harlem, seen some theories out there and all that. And then we end up going to the tunnel that night. Me, you, and Nas. But all day we was listening to somebody's album. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Mike Geronimo or something, but us three was in the car listening to this album all day. It had just came out and we was just vibing to it. And then we went to the tunnel and you and Nas was acting like y'all didn't know who the dude was that we was listening to his music. So I was sitting there with y'all. I was like, yo. So I told him, I said, yo, we been listening to your album all day. Your shit fire, B. Your shit. And then y'all was like, yo, your shit is fire, this and that. I forget who it was, but
Dean Martin.
No, it wasn't Dean Martin. No, I think it was Mike Geronimo. I'm not sure. Somebody like that had a hot album. He was underground. He was, it's Raekwon, it's Nas.
So crazy. I don't even really remember. I might got a little baby dementia going on.
No, you don't. But we had it. But we did it though. That happened to me.
Was it Royal Flush?
One of them. It was a Royal Flush, a Mike Geronimo, one of them.
That's what it knew though.
Huh?
If it was Geronimo, if it was Queens, that's
no, it was something like that. It was one of them. And we just like, yo, guys, like,
legendary
good.
Prodigy.
Everybody was like, yo, this shit was hot, bro.
Listen to this Prodigy story I got. When I'm making the first album, Kiss the Game Goodbye, we got the crib in Miami. Crazy shit. Guest house, this, that, maids.
Oh, y'all was doing great.
Doing it big. This when you can blow the budgets. This the budgets. This when you can plan to blow the
Steve Rifkin
off. Yeah.
Rifkin era.
This is them days.
Steve Rifkin had me. I don't even want to tell y'all.
Do this album.
Okay.
I want to go to Miami. I want to do this and that. This. Boom. They gave me the crazy crib in Miami for months. I'm writing the songs in the crib and I'm going there laying 3-5 at a time in the same studio. Boom, we there for a month or two. We get a phone call because we got the house phone in the crib. It's P. I'm like, somebody fucking prank call in the house, man. Like, nah, what's up? Kiss the Prodigy. Me, P, what's up? Like, yo, I just went and visit my mom's. She in Florida. Down in the crib, I come by the crib. Me, sending the address. P, the bell ring, this is Prodigy. Me, oh shit, P, what up? Everybody, niggas coming out of their room. Yo, P, Prodigy. Boom, he chilling. Now I'm like, we got a chef and all that, so we made sure he ate everything. We chilling. He like, I'm chilling with y'all. Me, you chilling? Yeah, I'm staying the night. Me,
these are priceless.
Yeah,
by the way.
The illest and me. Fuck you.
That day I hung out with you and Nas, this shit was like priceless.
He was, I don't know if he was, he was sick. He was over, but I couldn't let him smoke. So we was making sure he was good. Him, now I wouldn't smoke. All right, we gonna make sure I can get a little wine. I got him some wine, drinking some, but he like, yo, Kiss, I don't want to smoke, but let me roll him. Me, he wouldn't. I said, nah, I'm gonna be good. Just let me roll it for me. Fuck it. We roll up a couple. We went to the club. We had one of them crazy shits. And then he stayed like a day or two, and he bounced, though. I'm like, yo, that was like that shit, what was the chances? Right. He fucking called me, said he went to visit his mom's, pulled up, stayed for 2 days, we partied, we did. We fucking make a song. That fucking, holy shit, we did. But that shit was one of the illest shits ever. You get the flip back. Cause niggas would have died to do them 2 days we did.
Them 2 days, yeah.
We fucking.
Nah, that shit was the best on earth, huh? Nah, that was that shit. Look, Mr. Ness, that's crazy. I'm gonna call him back after. Mr. Ness.
Phone is listening to us.
Mr. Ness.
To be Instagram, now the whole phone is listening. Right.
Listen, I got a flag, cause you never believe me when I say shit. But our family found the turkey chops. Nah, it's the turkey chops. Oh, you get another?
My family that bought you the chop.
Yo, listen,
challenge.
Test Smooth,
the challenge.
Test Smooth, put it together. Test Smooth, put it together. I've been telling everybody they got turkey chops.
Connected.
They like pork chops, but it's turkey. I ain't had it for years, so when I said it, everybody was like, yeah, I know what it is. Nobody could get it.
Anybody that knows
kept saying, Test Smooth said,
remember,
I found.
Connect. Not only is he one of the best DJs, he's one of the best plugs for heavy. He found the turkey chops.
He found it.
Wow.
Yo, Caribbean Soul. Where you out of Caribbean Soul? Mount Vernon? Money earning Mount
I just told them where we out of from. Get
The
that
God
straight.
Raekwon
Nah, I'm
son.
good right now.
Yeah, I can't eat
Yeah.
film all the way
Oh,
on the
my
side
God.
so I can get shit on my face and
Yo, that's that shit.
I get sauce and
Yo, but listen, we gotta show the camera the turkey chop.
I take it.
This shit.
I want to enjoy it.
Oh.
He don't care. You see what I'm saying? I got a little bit of etiquette.
That's a grown man plate.
Oh.
Shit.
Nah, that's a grown man plate.
Grown man plate.
They give you that straight itis. Get a close up.
That's a
You got the
grown man
fried.
plate.
You got the smothered.
cornbread. They got that shit in
Yo, they
there.
got the turkey chop with the bone. This the real shit.
Right.
No. Pause. This the real shit. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, a couple of you, I think James.
Caribbean
It's
Soul, man.
understandable.
Mount Vernon, man. You know what it
Caribbean
is.
Soul.
Pull up, get
Let me
all
tell
the
you
way
something.
right.
James.
I tell it
James,
again.
our producer.
Caribbean Soul. You see my sister, my
He
brother
told me-
Jamesy
he
in the
told me-
back. You know what I mean? That's right.
That's right.
Pull up. They cater. They do all events
Mac and
needed.
cheese all right too. Let me tell you something, y'all. Man, we
Look, have had to hit it right there.
My
I
bad.
gotta sit down and do this because I gotta sit down and really relax and eat that, man. Look, yeah, that's a real Puerto Rican right there. That's a real Puerto Rican Spanish nigga right there, boy.
Yo, can I get 2-3 Diet Pepsis over here for them?
That's not enough.
Let me get 13 Diet.
You just reminded me, I like that comedian back in the days. He was like, yo, I fuck with the Puerto Ricans. They said they killed somebody on the third floor. They came to Poppy. Poppy was up. That's not me. I don't know. No, but oh shit, my
The
bad.
HAVOC is going in.
No, yo, Mama, this shit hitting on another level.
Wow.
This shit real.
Good, I know, yeah.
No, this shit real.
Caribbean Soul, baby.
Woo! And they got pause the bone. That's what she hit me with the.
He just can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
You know, Ghost on his last album, he got the skit set, fuck the pause and all that.
Pause, yeah.
Supreme clientele too. Yeah. But listen, y'all going on tour, when does it start?
Tour started in November.
All right, so listen, when I heard that, I'm like, yo, I thought we was going out. RZA made the announcement, but then, no, y'all got new music coming out, so y'all gonna go get a bag before we go get the other bag. That's correct?
Yeah, the bag before the other
The
bag.
bag before the other bag. We got the Emperor's Clothes. The name alone is just
Emperor's New Clothes.
Emperor's New Clothes, pardon me. With anybody that knows Ray, you know he's just ill. Is you sit down for a meeting with him, and the meeting turns into 3 other meetings. Because the way his mind works, he's just always thinking of how to create revenue for the crew and the fam, and you know what I mean, bring ideas to life and all that. So how the Emperor's New Clothes on mass appeal in a raw of mean drops, King Clientele 2, the Slick Rick joint. When you coming?
October 10th.
You on Mass Appeal
10th, yes.
Part of that whole
This is a clip loaded of monstrous, iconic
7 albums or something.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean? So how did this even come about?
It happened like real quick, right? Because I was already working on a project and I was trying to figure out how I was going to go about it, if I was going to do it indie or I was going to go pitch.
How you wanted to roll it, yeah.
But then I was talking to this dude that worked up in Mass Appeal and he told me about what they was doing. So, I'm like, wow, Legends has it. I said, yo, who's the tools up there? So then they started, mentioning who was there. I'm like, damn, those are all my friends. Like, damn, I'm like, I said, it might be smart to, be a part of that Juice Crew vibe and really we can help each other now. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I want you to win. We all gonna win. So the idea of it alone, I don't know. I was just looking at it on some Super Friends shit. So I ain't even called Nas. You know what I mean? I kept him out of it, But I said, yo, the guy that I was talking to, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, I could call Nas as partner. So I said, yo, look, If they could do this, that, say, yo, I'm down. But I said, but here's the catch. It got to happen in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, because I already was getting ready to bust a move. I had a move in place already. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I'm getting ready to go like this, but I'm telling them before I go like this, I'm like, that. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, if we could pop that off, we gonna pop off. I'm with it. So boom, next thing you know, they met my requirements on what I wanted. And then me and Nas got on the phone. But the crazy shit is that me and Nas, we always talk all the time anyway. Like hey, now and then, I might get a call from him or we get a call. So we always talk, but we talk about life. We talk about kids and, you know what I mean? You know, his mom's, God bless his mother, his mom's name is Ann. My mom's name was Ann. His brother named Jabari, my son named Jabari. All this is just happening out of the blue. So we got like a real bond, and especially from back in the early 90s. So, you know, we platonically build him. Mm-hmm. But when this happened, it was like, yo, he was, you know, he hit me. He was like, yo, I heard, yo, welcome to the family. I'm like, yo, it's an honor to come over there and rock and roll with y'all. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that hoster was a serious hoster. You know what I mean? And then on top of it, having my favorite, you know what I mean? Like, these are all my favorites, but Rick, you know, to me, that's like my big bro right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always love a ruler, just style, storytelling, flow, bounce. British nigga, you know what I mean? Wallied up. Or, you know, it was just like, wow, they got a little clip over there. So it just happened. It was just one of those things where it was like, yo, I got a project and I love what y'all doing. And one thing led to the next, and it was on and popping after that.
Now, how about you? Esco reached out to workers. Y'all been connected. Connecting was connected.
Right. Now, you know, Esco the brother, like, you know what I mean? I know him from fucking preschool. So, you know.
So you guys went to preschool. You guys went.
Oh, he's younger than us.
He's younger. No, we really did.
Y'all know each other from the block.
Wasn't in the same grade, was
we wasn't in the same grade, but
when you
same school. But after school, you got to go to preschool.
So they calling you and they call to.
I see it. You got to go to like a after school thing until your parents get out of work. Yeah. And then, so we knew each other from there, but it was a no-brainer for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to do the project. You know what I'm saying? One last hurrah. You know what I'm saying, for Prodigy, and you know, Nas gave me the lane real quick.
So how hard is it after the fact to make it sound like a Mobb Deep?
How hard was it?
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't hard at all, man. Like, you know, look, Hit Al, you know what I'm saying? ALC got the sounds, I got the sounds, we got the verses. It ain't gonna sound nothing but Mobb, you know what I'm saying?
You know who did that really well too is Primo and Guru. That last album they threw out together, I felt like Guru was he was almost spitting shit like he had FaceTime. Like,
yo,
no. That album right there did not sound outdated. The bars sounded like Guru was around the corner.
Word. Like,
you know, that was a really great album that they put together. But the Mobb Deep.
Not to cut you off, but that's how this Mobb Deep album gonna sound. Like the shit is like, when it come on, this shit is scary. Like it feel like he here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And certain little things that he's saying is like, he got this like premonition thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give too much time.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know, it's like that. So, you know, just get ready for some dope shit.
You know, when they say, they got a saying is like, yo, that ain't age well. You know, lately I've been listening to a lot of Tupac. And the man sound like he down the block right now. With the shit and the messages and everything he was saying.
Yeah.
It's so relevant to what's going on today in America.
That's a segue to what Ray been doing interviews and promo for the new album, saying they putting a lot of shit under our umbrella that don't even go under our umbrella. Like they calling people hip hop that do good music, but it ain't supposed to be over here. And then that gets you the new viewers and the new customers and the new people that want to get into the culture get misconstrued, because you're looking at something that they saying is hip hop album of the year, and it shouldn't even be It should be in a whole nother.
Now look,
Mm-hmm.
now not to cut you, Kiss, you know, that had a lot to do with the title because see, it's a Danish folktale about a king. It's called Emperor's New Clothes. You know what I mean? It's a cartoon type of folktale. But anyway, it's about a king, right? And the king, you know, he's a fly nigga. He love to get fly. This is what he do. Now, some scammers, which I call industry snakes or whatever the case may be, came to his spot and saying, yo, we got some gear for the king. So, you know, his men, before he get to the king, he got to his men. And, you know, they was like, yo, what you got? He was like, yo, we got clothes that's going to fuck everything up for this shit right here, blah, blah, blah. So they like, word? So they like, before they went to go to the king, they said, yo, let me see it.
Let me try it on.
You know what I'm saying? So when they went and seen it now, check it, y'all. This is where it gets real, that smooth. This is where it really gets real. So when they went to go see the shit, niggas is like, this is it. So whatever's in their hand is nothing. It's nothing in your hand. Nothing. No clothes, no nothing. This is the outfit. This right here is the shit. So now they go back and they start talking amongst each other and saying, well, damn, it ain't nothing in his hand, but we scared. We don't want to fuck around and miss the opportunity to present something to the king that might be dope. So we gonna say that is some shit. So they came back to the king, and then now they told him. And then when they came back, when the king came back and he seen it, now he looking at them like, fucking clothes here, man. But y'all saying this is what it is? Yo, this is what it is. This is what it is. So they sold him into something that wasn't real. So I don't want to go too deep into it, but that's how I feel about the game right now. You know what I mean? Anything that niggas say, we supposed to just credit it? We supposed to just co-sign it? Oh, like seriously? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. And back to what you were saying about all I was trying to do, not hating on the generation that's here today. My thing is just like, all of us is man's man niggas. So it's like, if we don't feel that way, you can't sell me that. You know what I mean? And I just feel like a lot of times we get sold on shit because it's a vanity move for everybody. It's, yo, I did it first, or yo, this or whatever, or putting a lot of shit to be shit that it ain't. It really ain't. Now look at it like this. Like in rock music, you see how they separate shit. Yo, this is punk rock. Yo, this is hardcore metal. This is this is that. But it's all under the...
Make it all work.
It's all under the thing of
rock
music. Yeah. So I just feel like, yo, we be piling shit all up in there and calling it this and calling it that when it really ain't that. So if I was to do something, not to cut you, if I was to do something that was outside my element, I might as well be outside with no clothes on and allowing, you know, whatever somebody else is dictating to be what it is when I know that that's not what it is.
You know what happened, right? Remember they used to have these seminars in like DC and all that. How can I be down? Shit like that. And I never forget. It's really weird now that I can't say who because it really don't make no sense, right? Because it was just really early hate.
Well, I had to start saying who.
No, I can't say who. It was like a bunch of living legends was on the stage, just something like this, and then people could ask them questions after they was talking. Panel. But some girl got up and said, yo, what do you think about the leaders in the new school? This is when them boys was on
fire, right?
Just another case of that. They were the first young group to have it on Fuego, where niggas was like, yo, who is they, right? And one of the legends of all legends, and I you know, he was like, yo, I don't understand that shit whack, this and this and that. I'm a hot 17 years old, 18. I look because, you know, we worship these guys, and I was like, yo, they hating on the young dudes coming up. And so I always told myself,
never to do it.
I'll never hate on the young dudes, but some of the shit the young dudes be doing is out of control right now. No, I'm not going there.
Yeah, you right.
I'm not going there, and we gotta accept all type of weird shit going on.
But look, not to cut you off, right? You gotta remember, they ain't come from the shit we come from, right? So it's the same way how our parents, when they was hearing the music that we love, what the fuck is that? They came up under the OJs and, you know what I mean? Stephanie Mills and this and that or whatever. So I guess in a way, you know what I mean? It's normal for us to be like, yo, we can't really relate all the way. But my thing is just that now it's at an all-time high of a lot of sucker shit going on. And real niggas, to be real niggas, ain't really being like, yo, hold up. Nah. You know, because I look at our forefathers the same way we sitting here and we talking about the Canes, the this, the Ricks, the KRS, or that. You know, they taught us to be this way. This school is supposed to be this way. You know, now it's turning into a different school. You know, and my thing is that do your thing. Shout out all the young niggas. Because one thing about me, I want you to get money, man. Because hip hop saved a lot of lives, my nigga.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And we turned the economy up into a whole different stratosphere. So get money. Do what you do. Get money. But stop calling everything fucking hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everything ain't hip hop. You know, you might be ill at what your technique is. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that might not just be hip hop. That's not enough to be like, yo, all right, yo, you get the fucking shit on your neck.
The shit I hate the most.
Yeah, you didn't earn the thing.
One of the things I hate the most is I'm a news junkie. I go to sleep with the news on, right? If I'm home, I'm watching the 10, 11 o'clock news. I'm a news junkie, right? Anywhere I go. Like last night I was in Toronto watching the Toronto news. If I'm in VA, I'm watching the VA. I want to see if they killing dudes in there. Like I'm watching, right? And so what's crazy is everybody who either gets killed or kills somebody, they be like, rap star. And they be like, Junior X, Rollo Wallo. This what we don't know who these niggas is. These niggas don't even got a demo. Why everybody gotta be hip hop who's killed or either killed? And what makes you like a rapper? Like what you cut a demo and all of a sudden the news is saying rapper, rap star. It's like, who are these guys? You understand? And it's like, we always get the brunt of it because I watch it wherever is always a rap dude, and then you gotta Google them. I think J. Cole said it best one time. He said, I ain't even know Buddy. I had to Google him after they was saying on the news, hip hop star. Like, you know, cause just because you rap or you got a demo or you got a this, don't mean you really a rapper. And another thing I got a problem with is everybody saying they in the industry. Like, what industry, bro? If you ain't got no fucking money and you playing Xbox in the couch, 30-something years old, what industry? We all had our moments. We all had our learning. You know, we all had entourages. We all had what we don't want to call groupies around us because we hot right now, this and that. Craziest shit is I go see A Boogie. He's performing over here in Madison Square Garden. He told me to come out with him. I come in his green room and there's a dude that used to be with me and Pun in our green room. Grown ass man. A Boogie, a little dude up in there like he one of the guys. I looked at this dude. I couldn't fucking believe this. This guy's a lifelong groupie. Yo. He gotta be. John Blaze. And then I walk in A Boogie shit and the niggas up in there playing Xbox with them acting like, I look at this dude, I can't believe he spent his whole life doing this.
In green rooms.
And he's telling his family he's in the industry. He ain't in no fucking industry. No, I want to know though. Like, why you open up a Pandora's box?
But you know what it is? The people we allow to be around us sometimes is like, they feel engaged because they know niggas. So when you feel like you know niggas, you feel like it's like you feel like you got a job with me, you know, but you really don't do shit. No, you know what I mean? You just drinking up my shit and rolling smoking our weed and
eating the catering.
You know, doing all of that. But after a while,
we get to it.
Yeah, but after a while, they feel like they entitled to it. It's an entitlement thing, you know? It's an entitlement thing. And the more you go out, more you start thinking that you are in the industry, you know?
Yeah. Because
This
I
is the
see
number
guys
one
say, yo,
game. Yo, this right here is the number one game that makes niggas think they got a job that you doing absolutely nothing.
can you say that again, brother?
This profession we're in, if you let somebody hang around long enough, they'll go to their family, say they working, they in the industry, they have a job, and they doing absolutely shit if you put a camera on them and follow them for the whole thing.
And I'm going to try to talk in
They ain't doing nothing but making plates, taking a seat in the sprinter.
I'm trying to talk in Morse
Interrupting
code.
production.
I'm trying to talk in Morse code.
Fucking up the whole environment. But
One
they
day I'm
telling their mans and their family, I'm working, I'm in the industry.
One day I
Gotta
see
do
this guy, right, say 20-something or something, and he making one of the most bogus claims and lawsuits in the world. And, you know, people, you know, you got a weird society now that's feeding into that shit and pumping that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people who just, and the guy just on his Instagram, because I think he lost the lawsuit or something, he was like, yo, you know, in this industry, oh my God, if I didn't want to break the fucking phone, this guy who's just a weirdo, suing somebody with the most bogus lawsuit, he's nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, absolutely no one. He didn't make a beat, didn't rap, not down with the crew. He just tried to sue a rapper with the most bogus shit you ever heard in life. And the man get to talking. He's like, you know, in our industry, you know, and I'm like, oh, so now if you sue a rapper, you're in the industry?
Crazy.
This shit is...
That's the industry we in.
That's the industry we in, huh?
That's the industry.
Yo, this shit...
Turned into.
You know, the tour starts...
When it kicks off.
Yeah. What? November 12th?
November, yeah, November.
12th.
Get your tickets, order tickets, and know this is the starting of the tour. It should have been started, but it'd be only family and friends is getting family and friends.
And I want to plug something else too. I just got a new show on Shade 405.
Yes, sir.
Sunday. Starting October 21st.
Crazy.
About time they got one of us in the building.
Yes. I need
so
an interview from you.
You got it. You got it.
This is what it is.
Separate.
This is what it is. This is what I try to tell him, right, Ray? Because you know our shit number one.
Yo, here you go.
I know.
Yo. This ain't that. Half came in and he was like, yo, I made it. Y'all lit. Everybody telling me this is it, right?
Word.
Don't get it fucked up. We number one, right? And yo, I fall on the sword, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm delusional. I don't give a fuck. Hey,
I fall on the sword, yo. It's crazy.
What I'm saying to you is the reason why this works and the reason why I knew it would work is because...
You're going to tell them.
Huh?
Why do you want to...
No, but this is just normal shit. This is why I'm trying to big him up for his show. There's a reason why we watch Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Anderson, because they all champs. They all...
Kenny Smith.
Not Kenny Anderson. We got the same legs, me and Kenny Smith. Left. We got the same legs. But what I'm saying to you is, there's a reason they're valid. We want to hear him. Too Short got a show on XM2. We want to hear the real legends that been. So we come up in here and we talking hip hop. We love hip hop. We embracing the culture. Q-Tip, who never bothers nobody, texts me all the time. Yo, I never knew nobody loved hip hop like me. You guys are up there loving hip hop, preserving the culture. This is hip hop. This is like fucking Camus wine, bro. Special shit.
And look, those niggas you talking about, it's like they don't fuck with the rules. They keep the rule book right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's rules. It's supposed to be rules. You know what I mean? And it's like
it's a society of new people that's twisting and bending and shit.
Rules, but you know, we let that money millions is being made, and you start to, like I said, vanity. That's vanity. That's when it start to take over your mind and your soul. And then next thing you know, before you doing it, you out there fucking wearing fucking Louis sandals with two open toes on it. You know what I mean? Cause they Louis and all this bullshit. So now you think, yo, you can get away with that. Just little shit. But like I said, at the end of the day, this ain't no assassination, situation with the younger generation. Because, hey, my thing is, if you wasn't there, I ain't expecting you to know it. You see what I'm saying? You wasn't there. Now get money, do what you do, but it gotta be somewhere where it gotta be some,
regulation,
law and order rule book. Like, yo, hold up. Nah, stop calling that. Or stop saying this or stop saying that. Because if you really look at it, like every place got they zone. Don't get me wrong. Like, yo, I was living in the South. They get busy. They got they bounce. You know what I mean? You go over here, man, West Coast, they got they sound. Salute. You know what I mean? Cause that's a part of hip hop as well. You know what I mean? The way they do, they dance. But we ain't trying to do what they do, and they shouldn't be trying to do what we do. If anything, we compliment each other shit. But when you start doing weird shit and when it get really out of control, nobody ain't saying nothing. It's like, oh, I'm down.
No, it's all the way out of control. I told him the other day, we was talking about, not in no particular form, but we was talking about, look, I'll leave it at that, man, because these guys, because it's out of control.
Mm.
So right now they got the big shit. Who's ratting? This one's ratting, this one's ratting, this one's ratting. My aunt, my cousin, everybody's ratting.
Mm.
Now you got one dude who's calling out the 48 laws of rat. Yo, I ratted the most. You guys didn't spend as much time as me. In court, these are the rules. If you don't walk in by 11:59 on Monday, you're not a real... I never seen this in the history of hip-hop music. And this is part of the shit you talking about. You talking about some other shit too. I don't want to hurt no feelings. But it's like, I get it. We let a lot of shit slide, man. We let a lot of shit slide on our watch. That should have been reprimanded, and just as uncomfortable as it is, we should have spoke up and been like, yo, that ain't it. Yo.
I'm a journalist. Emperor's new clothes out right now, all platform. New Mobb Deep album coming in October.
October 10th.
The tour starting November.
No bones to
It's
Trump.
tickets.
This
This ain't that.
And that ain't this.
It's cracking, kids.
God damn it.
Make some noise for our guests.
Let's go. Woo!